Hi everyone, I'm Gordon Drysdale reporting to you from Scoma's Pier 47, Fisherman's Wharf, San Francisco. We're going to be making today a little dish that's part of our happy hour menu. Smoky clam on crispy toast. It's going to be sort of a saucy, buttery, clamish dish. We're going to be working with what we have here, our dry farmed early girl tomatoes, onions, a couple of items that everybody might not have in their pantry at home. We have clam juice, nothing more than the juice of clams and a little bit of salt. We'll be using a smoked paprika or pimenton from Spain, manila clams. I like manila clams for just about any application where heat is applied. This is the way to go. Let's get started. The first thing you want to do is remove the stem here, cutting out the center, throwing it in my compost bucket, and then making a little X. I'm going to do that for 2 tomatoes. These tomatoes now will go into briskly boiling water. What's important to have on hand is a bowl of ice water. So these tomatoes need to be cooked just for 20 or 30 seconds, after which they will have skins that slip off very, very nicely. You'll see them wrinkle up in the water. That's done. You can actually see the skin starting to come off right now. And after this, we're going to cut that tomato in half. You'll see the 2 halves that have, frankly, not very many seeds in them, but we still don't want them. You squeeze them gently, almost no seeds. Same with this one. We're going to repeat that. Now we're going to cut those into little squares. Very carefully slice through it one way, this way. Then we're going to cut them this direction here, make a turn, cut that, and voila, little tomato squares. And there we go. Tomatoes are ready right there. Now we're going to do an onion. 2 ends come off. We're going to have that. First one direction, now the other direction, and voila, look at those beautiful little cubes of onion. Next step will be to remove this water here. What we want to do in this section right now is take a little bit of olive oil. We're using a very lovely Italian olive oil here. We're going to wait for a little bit of smoke to come out of that pot right now that says that that olive oil is hot. You can see the beginning of smoke coming up here, which means onions go in right now. Okay, so while that's cooking, the toast in question here is going to be done on our grill in our professional kitchen. You can do it in a toaster. The key though is to make sure that your toast has enough olive oil on it so it allows the finished product, which should be about 1 inch thick, to be able to be crispy on the outside and still tender on the inside. These are looking good. They're starting to take a little bit of color. At this point here, I'm going to add some tomato. What happens when you add the tomato is that the tomato, being wet and cold, actually stops the cooking of the onion, which keeps the onion from becoming acrid or bitter or in some other way, shape, or form unpleasant. We're liking what we see right now. I'm going to season that lightly with a little bit of salt and pepper right now. All right, we're going to put a splash of wine in here. Sauvignon Blanc has a nice acidy background to it, so that'll help to balance all those rich flavors. I'm going to add a little bit of clam juice here. When we add the clam juice, we're going to leave it a little on the juicy side. As soon as that comes back up to a boil, we're going to add some manila clams. Regularly check on the cooking of your clams and make sure that you have the ability to pull out the clams as soon as they open up. As soon as they open up like that, they're done, they're ready. And we're just for a minute going to take this and fish out some of these already open clams. What we're going to do these clams is remove the meat, set the meat aside. To open a clam, taking your thumb, pulling gently, and marveling at what a great little packaging idea this is. Our clams are just about ready. We have some toasted bread here. Now with this little ragu you're cooking down here, You want to remember that a little bit of liquid in that tomato, wine, onion mixture is really important. You're going to be adding butter to finish the dish. That's what I'm putting in right now. And you have to have a little bit of liquid to be able to emulsify the butter into the ragu to make it a nice smooth sauce. And while we're waiting for that to get all melted together, we're going to take a little bit of mint, fresh mint, and we're just going to real quickly run our knife over that. I need a little smoked paprika, so I'm going to put just a nib in here. That's how much. Now, it's almost ready. You can see that the liquid in there has almost completely evaporated. The butter is melted down. At this point here, I'm going to put the clams in there. I'm going to add a little bit of the mint to the ragu. Swirl it around. And then get ready. Here comes smoky clam toast. Great thing about this dish, you don't have to worry about the shells. And a couple little pieces left here to put on top just to make it pretty. And voila. That's our beautiful dish, our smoky clam on crispy toast. To some people, that's going to seem like an awful lot of work. Cutting up tomatoes, cutting up onions. You don't have to do that. You can just come to Scoma's, Pier 47, San Francisco, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday from 3 to 5 during what we call the happiest hours, and just order it off the menu here. Thank you everybody for watching. Salud.